What is up, everybody, and welcome back to yet another video. So, people like to skateboard, and for a lot of different reasons. Some people like to skateboard in the streets and get creative and skate everything that's not made to be skated, and others love sticking to the skate parks. And some people just like to relax and cruise. But as there isn't anything, there will always be those people that strive to be the best and try to do something that no one else can achieve. Hey, let's get into it. Tony Hawk's 900. This is probably one of the most iconic moments in skateboarding history. No one can deny it. It's obviously been surpassed nowadays, and today when you look back at it, there's like 10-year-olds that can do 900s, so it's not really that big of a deal anymore. But back then, it was absolutely crazy. I mean, look at the crowd of people behind them. People were cheering him on as he did it, and it was one of the craziest moments in skateboarding history. And also in previous attempts, he lost his teeth and had a few back injuries and multiple concussions, so he definitely had to fight to land this trick, and at the end of it, it has cemented him in the skateboarding Hall of Fame. Danny Way jumping the Great Wall of China. Now, most of you probably haven't even heard about this one, which is kind of crazy, right? He jumped over the Great Wall of China. Like, that's pretty nuts, right? And I honestly haven't even heard about this one myself until I started researching this list. But basically what happened is they put a mega ramp over the Great Wall of China, and this guy, Danny Way, just totally sent it back in 2005, and he cleared it, jumped the Great Wall of China. And back then in 2005 when he jumped it, his skateboarding ramp to jump section, like the distance between the ramp and the between the jump and the landing was 70 feet wide, which is, back then at the time, it was a world record. So he practically broke a world record by jumping over the Great Wall of China. Jeremy Ray's Tower Gap. Now, this is one of the skateboarding tricks that really has not ever aged. This is still to this day one of the craziest things ever done on a skateboard. And I mean, you can just see by the footage how nuts it actually is. So the water towers are 40 feet in height building, 3-4 story building, and they're also 18 feet apart, making that an almost 20-foot ollie. And it's flat to flat, so there's no little ramp or kicker or nothing that's helping him get up in the air. This whole trick is just crazy. There's absolutely no room for error. If he fell, he would have probably died, or at the very least, gotten seriously injured, but he walked away from it totally scraped clean. So yeah, this guy's an absolute legend. MITCHIE Brusco's 1260. He said, "Screw you, Tony Hawk. Yeah, you can do a 900, but watch this," and he added another 360 at the end of his 900. Absolutely insane. On top of that, he had a perfect landing, and he got silver. He didn't, yeah, you heard me right. He got a silver medal. He didn't get gold for big air. I don't know how big air works, bro, but bro, you got robbed. You can see by his face when he lands how mad he is. I don't know if he already knows, but maybe he's forecasting the future or whatever. But yeah, man's a straight killer when he lands too. No emotion in his face at all. Absolute focus. So yeah, once again, one of the greatest moments in history. Definitely going down history, even if he didn't get gold. MITCHIE Brusco with the 1260. But one thing you do have to keep in mind, while this is the world's first 1260, Tony Hawk still holds the record for the 900. And you may ask, how is that possible? Well, because he did it on a half pipe, not a mega ramp. So, just want to put it out there. Jamie Thomas's Leap of Faith. And this was the infamous Leap of Faith ollie. This is kind of the first jump that started all this. This was back when street skating was young and nobody had really ever done a trick like this before. No one had ever jumped 18 feet straight down the stairwell on their skateboard before. So the Leap of Faith still stands the test of time, and it is definitely one of the greatest moments of skateboarding. Now, some of the things in this video are about skaters jumping the highest or doing the most amount of twists or etc, etc. You get what I'm saying? Well, this one's about speed. Now, some of you may wonder, how fast can you go on a skateboard? And I personally know that if you're on a standard land yachts skateboard that is getting towed behind a Prius in a school parking lot, the max you can go is about 30 miles per hour before you speed wobble and fall and then slide all the way across the parking lot. Don't ask me how I know. Personal experience. That's your answer. I just told you how I know. Anyway, you might think, well, what's the fastest gone on a skateboard? And surprisingly, it is almost 90 miles per hour. It is 89.4 miles per hour, achieved by Kyle Wessler on a Santa Cruz skateboard. This guy was hauling so much. You haulin'. Honestly though, I could not imagine going this fast on a skateboard. The concrete would just be absolutely terrifying. It would be pretty much like lava at that point if you touch it. And even though he had full leathers on and a helmet, I still wouldn't feel safe. Not much to really explain about this one except for man's go fast. Yeah, you can just watch it for yourself. It looks like he's going slower than he actually is, but I imagine being on board with him there would be a whole different story. I wish he had a GoPro on, actually. So yeah, anyway, there you have Kyle Wessler with the fastest skateboarding speed achieved at almost 90 miles per hour. I'm gonna give you guys a few speed fire greatest moments history, just off the top of my head real quick. Up first we have Aaron Jaws Homo Key, just Jaws, you guys know him as Jaws, landing the Leon 25 stair gap, absolutely insane. Then we have Bob Burnquist jumping the Grand Canyon, pretty amazing, cool stuff. Then we have Tony Hawk landing 900, but this time at age 48, 17 years after he first landed it, pretty cool. Then we have for the first time ever in history having skateboarding have a place in the Olympics until it got canceled by COVID, of course, RIP. And then on the 17th of August in 1966, Rodney Mullen was born and invented skateboarding. Good job, dude. Now, I obviously didn't mention all the greatest moments that have ever really happened in skateboarding. There's just too many to count.